Last week, Charles Krauthammer and I disagreed on the trade for Bergdahl. Charles supports it.
There are people who believe that the deal was justified. I am one of them, and I said so at the time. Justified in the sense that you want to bring everyone back.
We'll let the folks decide, Charles. We'll see.
Sure.
It's very interesting.
Have a poll. Put it to a poll. Let's see which way it goes.
Well, be careful what you wish for. Here are the results of our BillO'Reilly.com poll, which asked, in hindsight, would you have traded 5 captured Taliban commanders for Bo Bergdahl? About 50,000 of you voted, big number. 98% say no. 2% say they support the trade. Joining us from Washington is the world-famous Charles Krauthammer. I'm not gloating, no gloating zone. And you say?
I demand a recount.
Yeah,
I'm told
it won't take long. There's only 6 people that agree with you.
There were irregularities in some of the Texas precincts.
Right, we bust them in. Right.
Exactly, number 2. And how do I know you didn't have illegal aliens in the vote? Okay, number 2 is the fact that much as I love the American people, they sometimes get it wrong. They elected Barack Obama, after all, not once but twice. But here's the last point. I made a two-part proposition. Number 1, no soldier left behind. Second part of the proposition was no traitor, no deserter left unpunished. You and I had a real disagreement over number 2. You said of Bergdahl that if he's found guilty, you would give him a pass. He suffered enough. How about doing a poll on that, Bill?
Well, I didn't say I would give him a pass. Let's be accurate. I said there should be mercy involved, and here's why, and I can back it up.
You said you would let him.
I can back it. No, I said mercy should be shown. I wouldn't let him off.
Suffered enough.
Okay. I said he suffered plenty. But here, the NCIS poll actually backs me up on this. Part of the poll that we reported last night says that Bergdahl, wanted to go to Uzbekistan, and be a Russian hitman. Now, even Colonel Schaefer, who is much harder on Bergdahl than I am, and I'm tough on him. I want the trial. I want all his crimes to be exposed. But I believe the man is emotionally unfit. I do believe that, and I think the NCIS investigation points to it.
Well, but, you want to prejudge it. You said in advance last week, you said I would not let him rot in prison. After all, he suffered enough. Why don't you let the trial proceed?
Oh, fine.
Let the facts come out. And if it turns out that he's a Looney Tunes who wanted to go to Uzbekistan and sign up with the mafia, I would give him, if he turns out to be mentally ill, I would do what I did in the Hinckley case. I believe in acquitting him on the grounds of insanity. I believe in the insanity defense.
All right, and that's all I'm saying is that this is an unstable individual. But let's get to the bigger.
Not the case.
Let's get to the more important issue. Deception on the part of the White House. I mean, I'm just appalled. I am appalled because we didn't know about this NCIS report until yesterday. All right, but surely President Obama knew about it. And he does his big dog and pony show, and he sends his guys out to tell everybody how honorable Bergdahl was. Loon or not, he's not honorable. Loon or not, okay? And the NCIS clearly says the guy was collaborating with the enemy and do all kinds of things. So how do you square that?
You're surprised after 6 years that this administration is deceptive?
I'm not surprised. I'm appalled.
But I mean, this is nothing new, and we knew it at the time. It isn't as if this
bumps it up to a new level.
Unknown. No, the problem was he appeared to be a deserter and a traitor from the beginning. The administration knew that, but they pretended otherwise with this appalling ceremony in the Rose Garden, where the president actually thought he could sell this as some kind of great victory. I have no idea, but then I have no idea how he believes in his own Iran agreement. I mean, there are a lot of things I cannot explain.
Do you think he understands? This is so clear-cut. I mean, this is way more clear than Benghazi, because I said that was quick after. This is 5 years of calculated deception. Even today, we have Ed Henry coming up behind you. Asked a question, and wait till you hear the answer. All right? This is calculated deception. How could President Obama think any American's going to trust him other than the Kool-Aid drinkers? How can he think he's going to have any credibility?
Bill, I hate to say this, but I can't understand why you're so exercised. Have you not heard of Jonathan Gruber? Have you not heard of Obama saying 22 times, if you like your plan, you can keep your plan, when everyone in the administration knew that was not true? As you said with the Benghazi thing, they knew what the story was within 48 hours. And Susan Rice went on TV 5 days later. That wasn't a 48-hour deal. She knew it wasn't true. So what are you surprised about?
5 years of deception, though. I'm trying to tell you that this bumps it into an area where you can't defend it anymore. It's just outright rank deception, insulting every American, Charles. That's what's happened this week. Last word.
Bill, I don't change my position. This doesn't change anything. I bring every soldier back, and I put every traitor on trial, and I let the verdict go ahead. Those are my principles. The first is to support the morale of the troops, and the second is to support the discipline of the troops. And those are the principles at stake.
Okay, Charles Scott, everybody.